All right, and welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys. I go by the name of Chaku.
Michael Stokes, baby.
And we are back with another episode. More bevies, more topics. Yeah. So, before we get into anything, oh shit, that's right, you got the new phone.
Yeah, doggy.
So you gonna be out here taking all the fly pictures for the pod.
I mean, I ain't got the Pro, you know what I'm saying? It's just the 13, but yeah, I just had to grab a little snapski of the Bevy real quick.
Okay.
So, wait, you were about to say something, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, my bad. We've got a special guest this episode. His name is Meatloaf. He's wandering around. Hopefully he jumps up into the view. Yes.
So if you
Meatloaf.
See, this is my little guy. My little guy.
You got bangs better than your sister in 96.
But yeah, so
he was a little standoffish at first, but he warmed up. He came over. He realized what the deal was. He understood.
So he's gonna be hanging out for a little bit. I think he's gonna try to get into the Bevy.
Oh, don't touch that.
Right.
So once again, I wanted to shout out Nico for basically giving us the idea last week. But it also brought to mind because gin and juice is a very simple drink. It's it's a basic drink, but you can elevate it. And so to me, when it came to picking the drink, the bevy of the show this episode, I was thinking, what's something I haven't had in a while that I would like to elevate possibly? And so I thought, what about a Long Island iced tea? Now, this is a beverage that it's a basic. I mean, I won't say it's a basic, but if you order this in a bar, you're going to get well liquor. And I was like, I've never had a Long Island iced tea with at least decent tasting liquor in it.
With some premium shit, you know?
So I think I haven't ordered a Long Island at a bar since I was like 21.
You know, the only time I had like a Long Island is whenever we'd go to Toulouse in Austin, and
it was on special. Yeah, it was on special.
You get that big ass picture
of and it's just like at the time you could handle it, but now it's like if I were to drink that shit, I'd probably like get an instant hangover or some shit more than likely. So I was just like, let's take the Long Island, let's take the same ingredients, but let's make it with better liquor. So instead of well vodka, gin, tequila, and rum, I got all decent. You know, we got the People's Champ tequila. You know what I'm saying? Terramana. We got Kettle One, a COVID pandemic special of me and your boy. We got through a lot of nights in 2020 on the kettle. You know what I'm saying? I got the Brugal rum. I got we brought back the Hendrix gin. So that's how you make it. It's just those four liquors with triple sec, a little simple syrup, some lemon juice, and then you top it off with the Coca-Cola.
That's so weird to me.
On that bad boy.
That Coke's in there.
Yeah.
Bro. Okay.
Because I always used to wonder what it was. It's like, what the fuck's the brown shit they're squirting in there? Because I'd be like drunk as shit anyways when I'd order this.
Let me get a Long Island iced tea.
Let me get the Long Island picture. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting to see that. But yeah, so we got ourselves a little elevated Long Island, a little bit darker than normal. Got the lemon wedge in that bitch. So that's what we'll be sipping on this show, you know what I'm saying? And I got it cocked and loaded if you want another one. Just make sure you squirt the lime and Coke on top, baby.
Squirt the lime.
Pause.
All right, I'm going to have to put you down, Loaf, because he's just being a big baby right now.
Delicious.
All right, come on, guy. I'm sorry.
Damn, he is. He just sprawled out. He's just like, nigga, pet my stomach. What are you doing?
All right, you chill.
He's like, yo, what the fuck?
It's like, you put me down? What?
My guy, we was on to something there.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh shit, let me try this.
Go ahead. It might be, I think mine's stronger than yours.
It's definitely a Long Island.
Okay, there we go.
I rock with it.
Just making sure.
I'm so sad because I broke the cup on accident.
Nigga, why'd you say that? No one knows. They can't see.
I had to, man. It's just the guilt was killing me.
Yeah, so we'll be ordering some new Saucy Boys cups because somebody, clumsy guy over here.
Sorry, T.
He's all fucking thumbs.
Yeah,
this guy.
You know, it's crazy. I barely tapped it and that shit was like, I was like, fuck, man.
I'm going to hit my girl up and see where she got them from on Etsy and see if we can get it remade. I might try and get like a set like this and maybe some eyeball glasses also.
We need Saucy Boys beer mugs.
Ooh,
just in case.
That too. That would definitely
do
be
some beers.
We can definitely fall back into the beer again. Speaking of beer, what's the have you been looking for Utopia again? The Sam Adams, have you seen it?
I have been looking for Utopia. I was asking the homie Bree. She's one of the supporters of the pod.
Yep.
She listens to it. She's always shouting us out and shit. And she copped one of the long sleeves. So
yes, sir.
But yeah, I was talking to her about it, and she was like, yeah, she's like, well, let me reach out to people and, see if we can get that shit popping. So we're going to try to get that Utopia going.
When we get the Utopia, it's going to be popping. I keep looking. I went to Total Wine again today, and I like looked through the rare case. Nothing. No brewski in that bitch. But,
which is weird because McFinnigan's got that shit, and I was like, how did y'all get that?
You shot somebody.
But it is what it is.
It was like a heist.
Damn, I'm just kind of all over the place today.
It's okay. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, how was your week so
week?
far?
Well, we're halfway through it. It's been okay. So I told you the last episode I'm trying to, what's it called? Get myself more motivated at work again because like I really did lax off like the last 2 months. I did like the bare minimum and I know I could have done more. So I've been like I really like it is only midway through the week, but it feels like it's been longer because like I actually worked through the weekend because I had some reports I had to get sent off on Monday.
Yeah.
So I really didn't take a day off, honestly. Other than that, we had the COVID scare with my girl.
Yeah.
So I've been like not quarantined, but I've been like locking myself down in my own office.
Yeah, just trying to
and chilling in there, and that's basically just been helping me like knock out a shitload of work. So.
Well, the reason I asked that is because like since the new year started, I've been trying to really focus in and start like a morning routine.
Mm-hmm.
And I find myself more worn out, from trying to do like the morning routine. And I'm just like, because I'm trying to build something like consistent so that way when I get up, because most of the time when I get up in the morning, I just kind of lay in bed.
Yeah.
And I'm up early, but if I'm up early and I'm just laying in bed, that don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not getting anything done. So I'm trying to figure out things to do to get myself like up and out of bed and like start to get busy earlier, just so I have more time in the day. Because like I've been, noticing lately, it's just like, man, like I feel like I never have enough time to do shit. So I always feel like I'm running like to and from places. So like this week it's just been like overload of just like all kinds of shit. And like you said, like it's, trying to find that motivation to, work harder and perform better. I just trying to optimize. And it's fucking rough right now.
Yeah, it is. It feels like it's a slog, or you know what I'm saying. Like I kind of feel like I got like this brain fog a little bit that I've been like trying to kick off.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. Which is why I am right now.
Yeah,
I have like this fog, and I just can't like think. My mind is working faster than my mouth is.
It's like wake up, do this, do this, do this, do that, and then the day flies by, and then the next thing I know, it's like fuck, I forgot to do something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I have that moment. But no, same thing. My first alarm goes off at 8. I probably don't sit down at my work computer until 9. Yeah, and that's basically because like unless I have like something pertinent, like a meeting or something that I have to be on, I'm not in no rush to roll out of bed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what I want to break myself from, because when I first started working here, I was all like, oh yeah, it's 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And I would do that all the time and nothing was happening. And then I was just like, well, what the fuck? Like, I guess I can just do this as I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I've been trying to get myself like more things to do and try to finish up more tasks and shit in the morning. And they always say like whenever you wake up, like when you first wake up, like make your bed. And
I won't do that.
To be honest, I mean, how many people really make their fucking bed?
Only like hardcore military motherfuckers. And
yeah. Or unless you got like a social media presence to keep up.
Yeah.
And you're like, showing everybody your shit. But it's just like, I'm not really making my bed like that. Like I'll straighten out my covers, but I'm not really making the bed like that.
Making the bed to me is easily one of the most pointless things in the world.
Yeah, because I mean, you're just gonna hop back in.
You just gonna fuck that shit up literally in like 12 hours. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could wash your sheets, cool. You know what I'm saying? But making the Fed, doesn't really side with me.
But I will say, since I've been doing that, like, I come home and I see my bed made, and I'm just like, oh man.
Can't wait to fuck this
sheets. It should be looking at like, it'd be looking like a fucking hotel bed. You walk in that bitch like, damn, when did I start staying at the Westin?
Oh shit. Speaking of hotels, me and my girl have locked down our spring break vacation.
Damn.
We will be going to the Shy. We'll be in Chicago for spring break this year. That's what I wanted to get into. So I'm not a big Airbnb guy. I don't use it that often. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever booked an Airbnb myself. And for my first experience, we had this dope ass fucking, it was like a studio apartment that was like right down the street from Wrigley Field. And it's like right in a nice, dope neighborhood with like bars and restaurants around it. And so like, of course, like I went to book, we did the whole payment plan thing where like you do a deposit right now and then another one comes out like a month later.
Yeah.
And so like we did that, but of course it doesn't charge you until like the host accepts it or whatnot. And so like I do it and then like I don't hear shit back from the host and you know, like you get that 24-hour window for the host to accept your request.
Yeah. So
like I don't hear shit back for like 5 hours. And then like the host messages me and she's like, oh, we're processing your request right now. I'm putting it in for you. I'll get right back with you. Okay. And mind you, like we got it at a fucking nice deal. It was like $60 a night. You know what I'm saying? And this was like a fully furnished, nice fucking studio apartment. And we're just like, okay, cool. So we're only like dropping like just shy of like $400, a little bit over 400 for it's almost like a 5-night stay that we're going to be there.
Damn.
And so that happens, and then like I get the message at the 12-hour mark, and it's like your host still hasn't accepted your request. You've got 12 more hours before your request expires, and I'm like, what the fuck? So like I messaged her, I was like, hey, I just got a message saying that the request hasn't been accepted yet. Like, it's like, I mean, you're in contact with me. Is everything good? And she's like, yeah, we're just still processing it. I just need a little bit more time, and I'll get back to you. And I'm just like, what the okay, you know what I'm saying?
Is it a white lady?
Yeah. And I'm just like, all right, cool, sure, why not? And then fucking later on that night, like I'm thinking that we got it. I'm just like, I'm telling my girl, I was like, yeah, so I think we got it because she said that she's processing it and everything and we're good. And then it fucking expires and Airbnb hits me with the notification. It was like, your request is expired. Here's some more places you can stay instead because this one expired and the host never accepted it. And I was like, yo, hey, what's up? I just got another notification saying that our request expired. Like, are you still processing my request or what? And she was like, yeah, I did a follow up on it and everything. And just as soon as it's done, I'll let you know, like ASAP. Like she kept using ASAP. And I was just like, well, this isn't ASAP, bitch. Like you're hitting me like every 6 hours. And I was just like, oh, okay. Once again, I was like, look, this is my first time using Airbnb. I'm not too familiar with it. I was just like, does the process always take this long? And she was like, yeah, generally. So then I messaged my sister she Airbnbs all the fucking time. And I was just like, yo, how long does it take to process a request for an Airbnb? Like after you like find one? And she was like, it should be like instant. And I was like, what? She was like, I think I've only waited like 2 hours before. I was like, it was on some shady shit. And so like the thing is, like the last message she sent to me was like, yeah, once it processes, you can resubmit to book it again.
Was she trying to get you at a higher rate?
Yeah. And so like after my window expires, I look back and the same fucking Airbnb is now $100 a night.
Ooh.
And I was just like, this fucking bitch.
That shit.
Like, you gotta be shit. So of course I reported that hoe. But yeah, so like the next one I was like, so we're getting wary also because it's just like, fuck, man, like that sucks. This is both of our experiences with Airbnb. We normally just go through hotels, and we're just like, fuck, that sucks. Like, I guess we can try it again, or we can just eat the cost and book like a fucking hotel. And like we're about to get a hotel, and like I'm reading the reviews, and the reviews are like the hotel kind of is trash, but it's like a 4-star hotel in downtown Chicago. But all the reviews are like saying like it's kind of dated and trash. And I'm like, fuck it. Let's just do this next Airbnb. Hit it. I shit you not. Within like 2 minutes, he accepts I get the notification like, hey, your Chicago trip is booked. Welcome to Chicago. And I was just like, motherfucker.
Some of those Airbnb people be kind of sketchy.
It's like, yeah, it's super fucking sketchy.
I stayed at one spot in Austin and my shit got approved right away. But when we were there, like the lady the whole time kept like checking in on us.
The fuck?
Like when she seen us.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got some black folks in
and see, that's the reason why I stayed away from Airbnb for the longest, because I know like 5 or so years ago they had like a bunch of racial issues with, they pulled numbers and it showed like a lot of white list hosts would deny minorities their places, and that's when they implemented all that shit where it's like they can't see your picture until they accept it or something like that. That way it would like curve them like racially denying you. I think this bitch basically like Googled me or some shit.
Yeah,
or
she's
like
probably doing like some
Instagram
research.
Me or some shit.
And
then it was just like, I'm not going to accept this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to Brad and Sarah. Y'all can eat a fucking dick. And I hope nobody fucking rents your Airbnb listings, you bitch. Fuck y'all.
That shit is crazy too, man, because like that whole shit in Austin, I was just like, man, like this lady's every 5 minutes like, oh, make sure like this and this, and I'm like, yo, like you think we're gonna have a fucking party in here? Like we're not doing no shit like that. We got this shit to sleep.
When you got it, did like the host request you list everybody staying there and their ages?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was weird too.
Well, I feel like they start doing that now more because a lot of people are getting Airbnbs and they were like partying and fucking their shit up.
Yeah.
And I seen a couple of videos and some lady ran into a spot and was like, yeah, y'all need to get the fuck out. And like, I was like wilding out on these people. But yeah, I don't know. When Airbnb was like first like popping off, like I would use it more. And I enjoyed it more then, but now I do hotels.
I prefer the hotel because at my last few like traveling experiences, getting a nice suite, that's normally what me and my girl like to do. We get a suite because like it's basically the perfect amount of space.
Yeah.
And you can it's enough space that if you get annoyed with each other, you can like both fuck off to each corner.
Like I'm gonna sit over here on the couch, you sit on the bed.
But it comes with like a fridge and a fucking full size, decent sized kitchen to where like if you don't want to go out, you can just cook some shit, or you can like buy like snacks and shit and stuff them in the fridge.
Yeah.
So that's typically what we do, but this time, just pricing wise, the hotels were like stupid fucking expensive, and the Airbnbs just came out better. So I was just like, fuck it, we'll do an Airbnb this time.
So yeah, and then hotel too, like you ain't really got to worry about people being like, oh, he's black.
Yeah, that too.
We're not letting this black guy stay here.
That's a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, which is crazy though, because you still get people that look at you crazy. Like, I even hate when I go to restaurants sometimes and people look at me like, yes, motherfucker, I'm gonna pay the check.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna tip. Like, what the fuck?
It's fucked up.
But they be like, oh, is everything good? Is everything okay? Like, like everything's fine, man. Just fuck off. You're still gonna get a tip.
I hate it when they ask me if everything tastes good, like right after I took my first bite.
Yes.
I'm still chewing it, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? I can't talk.
Yeah, like as soon as you take a bite, they're like, so how's everything tasting?
Like, it's awful.
Like, I just took a bite. Goddamn. Yeah, I went to Texas Roadhouse with my mom and my girlfriend a while back, and we were sitting there, and they brought me a salad. And the salad, I asked for ranch dressing, and the ranch was fucking chunky. I was like, what is this? I didn't eat it, but that shit looked disgusting. And the dude was super cool, so I felt bad, like, because I don't like sending shit back.
Yeah.
I just kind of like deal with it. But under certain circumstances, like, there's just certain things you don't fucking deal with. So, like, me eating that chunky ass ranch was not gonna fly. So I sent that back, and then he brought me back another salad, and in that salad there was hair in it. I was like,
God
fuck.
damn.
So I just picked the hair out, and I was like, fuck it, like I'll still eat it. So I ate it, and then when I got my food, I got like a steak and like some mashed potatoes, some shit, and there was a hair in that too, and I was like, God damn it. And so I didn't even eat it. I took like 2 or 3 bites, and I was just like, man, fuck it.
I think by the third time they were just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
They fucking did the waiting.
But that's my thing too, is like I try not to be like that guy whenever it comes to like, because I know how people are.
Yeah.
You know, working with your food, and I'm not gonna be able to do like, oh my god, you need to take this back because my steak was cold, or like this is like I'm like, whatever, man. Like I'll just have a better experience somewhere else next time. You know what I mean? I charge it to the game, but like I hate going out with some family sometimes because they be extra about that shit, and they be like, oh no, you need to take this back, and I'm like, yo, you trying to get all of our shit spit in? Like fuck that. Yeah, like yo,
it's not that bad. It's
Johnny
just
in the back on the line is gonna fuck my shit up because you sending your fucking playback every 5 seconds because your goddamn green beans is cold. Like chill out. So
yeah, some things you just gotta take the L on.
Yeah, you gotta take the L, especially like at certain restaurants, because like them bigger chain restaurants that they have like a fucking million of them there. Yeah, them employees don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Like some of them do care about their job, but motherfuckers, some of them dudes are there just to get a check.
Fuck that. Not now in a post-COVID world. Hell no, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they really don't give a fuck. They're like, dog, I can do better than this. It's like the government gonna be sending me unemployment. I don't need this shit, and I'm just like, fuck that.
I seen this one video of this dude at Burger King. He's arguing with this lady in line because she don't want to pay for her shit because she has a coupon, and the dude's like, "Yo, can you just get the fuck out of my line?"
Yeah.
And he's like, record me. He's like, bitch, I'll record you. He's like, you hold my line up. He's like, you think I give a fuck about this job? And she's like, well, you work here. Like, you accepted it. He's like, yeah, I accepted it. Because who doesn't like fucking extra money? Yeah. He's like, you really think I give a fuck about this job? And he's just like going, he's like, get the fuck out of my line. He's like, you gonna make me have to call the cops. And he's like, I don't even fucking like the cops over here. He's like, I don't fuck with the cops. He's like, but you about to make me do that. Yeah, so he was wilding out.
Speaking of BK, I slid through there like 2 weeks. I think it was around like Christmas, and I got the BK stacker sandwich. Ooh. And the sandwich is just meat, cheese, and bacon. Yep. They forgot the bacon. I don't know how they did that, but they forgot the bacon. And same thing. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, eh. And I like took a bite. I was like, still good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because like, this location.
Guess I'm not getting bacon today.
This location particularly didn't have you couldn't go inside. Yeah. It's only drive through, and I was like, I'm not getting back in the line, so I'm just gonna eat it. Yeah. And then like I think last week I went back and ordered the same thing, had the bacon. Yeah. So I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's never worth it to me. Like I'm just like, yeah, I don't see too much energy.
And especially like that lady tripping out of her coupon. Like guaranteed that shit was only like $1, $2.
It's like, bitch,
what are you really missing out on?
BK is not that expensive
unless you're like an extreme couponer and you're like, you go to these different spots and you fucking have a fucking coupon for everything, and your whole full family meal is like 50 cents. That shit is crazy.
I think that was more like so in the 90s. Yeah, people were all about that. Like even when I go to HEB, you know, like they got like the yellow coupons hanging and shit. Yeah, I get a couple of them every now and then.
I see one. If it's something easy, if it's like grab this and this and you get a free bag of chips, I'm like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, like those I do. But if I have to run across the whole fucking store to get a deal and get 50 cents off of some shit, I'm like, nah.
Like if it's right next to each other, we good. I know the last time I went, I got pissed because I use Dove Plus Care for men. Mm-hmm. I use the body wash, I use the deodorant, and they had like one that was like spend $12 on. He was like, get $12 off on Dove products and shit, and I was like, oh hell yeah, for sure. So I like got it all, and then like I go up, I'm checking out, and I swipe it, and it's like, coupon invalid. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And like homeboy comes over and he's like, oh, sorry sir, this coupon's not for Dove body wash. And I was like, what the fuck? It has the body wash on it.
It says Dove products.
Like, why would you put it in the picture on the coupon? That's stupid. It's like it's only other Dove products. So I'm like, man,
I laughed when he walked up and he was like, psych nigga. Thought you was about to be fresh out this bitch, huh?
Yeah, I'll fuck that guy up.
Oh shit!
That pissed me off. But once again, I didn't fret. I'm just like, fuck it. I'll pay the full price for the toiletry.
All right, well, I'll just leave all this shit over here. And y'all can take it back. No, I'm just playing.
I'm not that petty.
Yeah, but like it's funny to see like Karens wild out at like grocery stores and shit, and like. Just because I work retail, so like I've seen this shit before, and I don't think people understand like how many fucking like Karens there are out there in the world. There's a fucking lot, and these women be tripping over the smallest shit, like 50-cent coupons. Like, oh, like you didn't wipe down the shopping cart. Like, well, bitch, there's a whole thing full of hand wipes
right there.
Wipe the shit yourself. Like, I seen some lady at Target while out the other day. It's like, are you gonna wipe that? Like, she's talking to the employee. Mind you, like, the cart, like, just like the dude just wheeled the motherfuckers in, and so she grabs it, and then she's like staring at the lady. She's like, oh, are you gonna wipe that?
I think it's crazy too, because Target actually has like a wipe down area.
Yeah,
when they bring the carts back in.
And normally the employees do, but like, this was like a fresh rack of of shopping carts. Yeah, are you gonna wipe that? I was like, yo, like, and I just looked at the lady when I walked by. I was like, yo, bitch, bitch.
I know during Christmas, we went to Hobby Lobby to get like ornaments and shit, and this one fucking Karen was like checking out, and like she had like this big ass cart, and she starts making a scene at the front door, and she's just like, I just spent $400 on ornaments and things to wrap here. The least you guys can do is give me a big shopping bag or a box to put all this stuff in. And she was just like, she kept reiterating it in front of everybody, and we're like, we don't care. We don't care. No one cares you spent $400, bitch.
You
like,
could have spent $20 in here.
Like, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I spent $400 here, and you won't give me a big shopping bag, and they're just like, we don't have any more, ma'am.
See, and that's the kind of people that like they go and they have like their own bags, like the reusable ones. And she probably just forgot hers that day.
Whatever.
She was having a bad day.
Yeah, she sucked. She parked next to us too, so like we saw her like unloading her cart, and I was just like
eyeballing her.
Yeah, it was like, you fucking bitch. Whatever.
I wonder if people like that, like when they start up, do they realize it and they realize that they're like in too deep, so they just got to keep with the character?
I bet they're just like, fuck it, and then can't go back now.
And then they get home and they're like, oh my god, no, there's probably a video on YouTube. I called that black boy a Negro.
I called him a fucking nigger. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my job.
Either that or like it's just like some like that Kids Bop Karen. You see that shit? So I guess like some lady was yelling at a Lyft driver because I guess the dude like possibly almost hit her kid. I don't know the full story, but she's like in the window and she's like, you need to calm down.
Oh yeah,
you need to calm down.
I've seen that.
And then she's like calling that girl in the backseat a bitch, and then she's like, he's just gonna like be yelling bitch. Like, she's like, my kids can't hear you because they're listening to Kids Bop, and like she's wilding the fuck out. So I guess after that video went viral, like the family responded to the girl or whatever. They reached out to her and apologized, but then the lady was trying to tell old girl that shot the video to give her some money because it went viral, and she's like, well, you need to pay me something for using my likeness and blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, just like let that shit go, you dummy.
Yeah, this people, man, this world is crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, I follow a thing on TikTok called Karen's on TikTok. And that shit is so funny. It's satisfying. I actually hope Karens don't go away because I love watching y'all freak out over stupid shit.
Oh, they never will. They'll always be around. You know what I'm saying? Forever.
Oh, man. And
it's always like the dumbest, most trivial shit. It's crazy.
Have you seen the one where like all the parents are like at that like meeting or whatever, and they're talking about like masks for like school, and they're like, well, if you make my kid wear the mask, and like you're the devil, and like blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, just put the mask on and stop being an asshole.
That's another thing it's an aspect. That, but shit, let's move on. I wanted to get into what we're watching, and it kind of ties into the whole mask thing. So over the weekend, I watched that movie on Netflix, Don't Look Up. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that?
I have.
All right. So, So one, it's funny, but it's not laugh out loud funny, but it's like funny for like all the like the bad reasons. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like the whole thing with like the masks and shit like that popped into mind just now because like the whole movie is basically. All right, so for the people who don't know, Don't Look Up is basically the premise of Armageddon. So the premise of Armageddon is there's a meteorite coming to Earth that's going to kill us all. And imagine if we didn't meet it with the same urgency as they did in Armageddon. We met it with the same urgency and basically of how we met COVID-19. Yeah. And how it basically got politicized and shit, like, and all that shit. And so that's like the premise of the movie. You can clearly see the movie was thought up during the pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we watched it on Friday, and like I mean there are parts where like I was just like chuckling, but most of it I was just like, fuck. I'm kind of terrified because like if something like this really happened, we really would do this shit.
Oh yeah, I feel like it was very realistic.
Yeah.
Like it was very like you see the shit going on and it's like, yo, why don't y'all listen to these motherfuckers? Like they figured out the calculations and this motherfucker's about to obliterate the planet. And y'all are like, and they turned it into like some like
politicized
like some fucking like media race for like views and shit.
Yeah, the whole fucking when they're like running their campaigns and they're just like, don't look up, it's not real. Don't look up. Don't look. I was like, oh my God, that's so Trumpian. That is so fucking Trumpy. It's not even funny, but it's just like, oh my God.
The shit that had me laughing is when Leo freaked out in the studio with Tyler Perry. It's like, why the fuck are you so happy all the time? Like, you don't have to be. He's just wilding out. Yo, I fucking love Leo. I don't know why.
Yo,
he's
funny as shit, bro.
His characters, like when he plays the character and they like have like an anger, like they just fucking explode. Like that shit is the funniest fucking thing to me.
He's like a chameleon. He could play almost anything, fool. Like he's like this downtrodden fucking science professor in this movie, and he still brings it out. The funniest part to me though was like Jonah Hill when he was like talking to her. Like they left him in that back room. Yeah. He's like talking. He was like, "Do you really want to come?" And she's just like, "Yeah." And he just fucking closed the door. Yeah. He's like, "Y'all can't come. This is like G14 classified. You can't be a part of it." She's like, "I discovered the comment." He's like, "I'm sorry. Do you really want to come?" And she's like, "Yes." And he just closed the door.
Yo, and Jonah Hill's character in that movie reminded me of this kid in high school that I just like, ugh. He has like that just attitude. You just want to punch him in the fucking face.
I got vibes like that too from him.
That whole movie, I was just like, yo, this dude's fucking annoying. Oh man.
It was same thing. I knew a kid in high school who was just like him, and I was trying to pinpoint in my mind of who the fuck it was, but I was just like, God, this guy is so fucking annoying. Yeah. Like I can't stand this fucking guy. But that's one part of it. Definitely. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
I definitely recommend it. Don't go into it expecting it to be like gut busting laughter and shit, but it is a very good satirical take on our society right now and how we handle serious things. Yeah. To be honest, because that's basically what it is. It's just a mirror image of what we went through with COVID, except heightening the stakes. And honestly, I enjoyed the ending too, because I was just like, that's what they fucking get.
Yeah.
Fucking morons. But yeah. Another thing we were able to check out, we did see the new Matrix.
How'd you feel about it?
I've been meaning to talk to you about this. So I like, hold up, I got a fucking lemon seed in my mouth. Pause.
Got some seeds in my mouth, cuz.
So, big fan of the Matrix, you know?
Yeah.
Big fan. It was the shit when it first came out. I love that. The OG Matrix, I don't know how many times I've seen the first one. Can't count. It has aspects to it that I liked, but overall to me, it's a very meh movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a good time waster.
It is. It's a decent time waster.
Like, if you got some, like if you ain't got shit to do and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, let me pop on Matrix real quick.
Did you go to the theater and see it, or did you watch it?
Nah, I watched it at the crib.
Would you see it in the theater?
Yeah, just to get that full.
See, that's the thing. Like,
I feel like, did you watch it in theater or did you watch it?
No, I watched it on HBO Max, but like I'm kind of like grading with the curve because I'm like, if I was in a theater opening night with other people who enjoyed The Matrix as much as me, would I like this? Would have been a better experience?
Yeah, I feel like you would have liked it a little bit more if you were in theater, because I mean, just there was like certain moments where like it would flash back to, you know, the older series of films, and you're just like, oh shit, like this is that, this is this is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then like how they took the old, you know, movies and just kind of updated it, so like where they go from here, it'll kind of, you know, move on through this new generation of, you know.
I'll tell you what, I didn't like Neil Patrick Harris. No, it's no issue with him. It's just the fact he's not like a threatening person. Anytime I see Neil Patrick Harris on TV, like he makes me want to laugh, because I think of him from like the Harold and Kumar
And that's what I was thinking too.
You know
like whenever like it came to light that spoiler alert that he was kind of the one running the show, right?
Yeah, he's the architect or whatever of this new Matrix.
So whenever like the reveal came, which it's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
But whenever the reveal popped up, I was just looking. I was like, man, like just watching him, like all it reminds me of is Harold and Kumar.
Exactly.
Where he's just like
wilding out and shit. And
so,
I'm just like,
yeah.
I can't take him seriously, but he's trying to be this serious fucking role.
If they would have put like a Christoph Waltz in there,
that would have been nice.
That would have been dope.
I can see that. That's something I would have been able to accept a lot better. That, and I don't like the guy they got to play Agent Smith now. I know that the original actor said like a long time ago he would never come back to the Matrix, but I still think they could have picked someone better. You know what I'm saying? Like I really wasn't fucking with him that much. But like Christoph Waltz would have been an awesome fucking role for him if they could have gotten him. But then again, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I did like the new Morpheus.
Yeah.
But
I fuck with it.
The only thing I would say, I mean, I know he was just dealing with what he was given. I would have liked his role better if it was more like, I feel like fleshed out, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, other than that, he was basically just like emulating Lawrence. Here's what it did. It won't say like it made me I didn't like him, but like it just, because right after I finished this Matrix, I immediately went back and watched the original, and it just made me fucking appreciate Lawrence Fishburne like so much more, because I was like, he's just dropping bars that whole fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? He's just bar for bar, dog.
And if I'm not mistaken, because I've only watched it one time and it was like a quick pass over. I didn't really like pay too much because I'm at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't really tune into it. But he was just like a model of what Morpheus was, right? Because Morpheus is dead.
Yes. So, and that's another thing that I think they should have did more time explaining. So, like, there's videos out there that you can watch, but for the general consensus, people don't know how Morpheus died, and he fucking died in a video game that came out between between like the last trilogy and now. And it was like a game that if you didn't fucking play it, you wouldn't know. But when the game came out like way back in like 2005, they said that it was like canon for the series. So Morpheus gets killed during that game and then basically gets rebooted into the Matrix, essentially.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Which is crazy too, like watching this film, and because I know me and you watched that film theorist thing before, and I gotta stay the fuck off of YouTube before movies come out, because this dude that does these film theories on fucking YouTube, like for this one, he was pretty fucking spot on. Like, he was for close. The beginning,
he said actor, but Neo is a video game developer, which worked also. You know what I'm saying?
But just like to be even close and pay that much attention to what was in the fucking in the trailer, and the trailer was short. The first, because the one he was based off was like that first trailer, right?
Yeah.
So for him to like break that shit down, I was like, God damn, this shit is crazy. But overall, I mean, it's a nice little time waster. So if you got time, go ahead. I would say go to the theater and check it out, just so you can get that full experience. Well, shit, I don't even know now because it's kind of late in the game.
I think it might. I don't know if it's still running. I'm not too sure.
I would say just HBO Max it.
It should. I think it's on HBO Max till like the 21st or something. So if you got time, go ahead and check it out. It's definitely a decent time waster. I won't say it's not horrible. Yeah, it's not a waste of your time. If you like the original Matrix, then you need to watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's decent. It's good enough to watch. Which reminds me, I remember I got in an argument with one of my exes a long time ago because we were watching The Matrix, and it got to the part where, of course, it's like the red or the blue pill, and she like hit me with, which pill would you take or whatnot? Like, she's like, if this was real, what pill would you take? And I was just like, at the time I wasn't doing shit in my life. I was like, I mean, I'm not doing shit right now. Like, if I took that blue pill and saw the real world and I was like a hero in it, that would be fucking dope. And I remember she got mad at me because she was like, so you would leave me here all by myself? And I was just like, what? bitch, that's what you came up with? Like, the fuck?
Way to fuck up day night. Way to fuck up day night.
It became an argument for the night, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, you're mad?
I'm like, we speaking of hypotheticals right now.
Yeah, like, he's not
like
serious.
This shit ain't real. Or is it?
You're just gonna run away and fuck around with Trinity behind my back, like leaving me in the Matrix? Like, god damn. Yeah. So that always comes to mind whenever they do the pill shit. I'm just like, I can't believe that.
Be like, bitch, well, what if I took both?
Motherfucker. But the last thing I wanted to talk about, so I stumbled on a new show on Hulu. It's called The Dark Side of the 90s. Have you seen any of these?
I haven't.
So I'll talk about the first episode. It's like, of course, we're children of born in the late 80s, raised in the 90s, so we're children of the 90s. And so the first episode is basically talking about how like the daytime talk show basically blew up and shit, and how like Jerry Springer was like the controversial show, and how like it was like basically polluting our minds because he was basically just like, it was everything you thought, like, man, there's no way this could be real. It's like a lot of it was like inflated, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for y'all who don't remember, if you're too young, back in the 90s, there were like an assortment of fucking talk shows you can pick from. And the one thing that was well understood was that Oprah was like your parents' talk show that dealt with serious issues. And then there were like all the other copycats of her. And then if you wanted to just see fucking balls to the walls ridiculousness, you watch Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Jerry Springer would just bring a family in, and then they would end up fighting, and it would become it started as taboo at the time, but then by the mid 90s you expected a fight every fucking segment, and that's basically what would happen.
Jerry,
and you get the Jerry chants. And so like they had like people who used to work on the show, and they were like saying like, basically what we would do is we'd fly them into Chicago because that's what they filmed at. We'd roll out the red carpet for them, take them out to a nice dinner, do all this stuff. Mind you, it's the family who's having the issue.
Take me out to dinner.
Yeah, take me out to dinner. It's the family who's about to have issues on the show. Like the storyline is about them. Like brothers are sleeping with the same girl. And it's like they take them out, have a good night, make sure that they don't get too drunk. Then they roll them into the studio in the morning. And basically on the way out to the set, the fucking producers would just be like, remember, you hate your brother. He's fucking your girlfriend. He's blah, blah, blah. He's doing all this. So you got to go out there and make a scene. This is your one chance to do that. Your one chance in life to do that. You have to fucking make a scene for us. Give us those ratings. Now get out there and be somebody. Yeah. And so that's what they psych them up so that they'd have these outbursts and shit.
This shit didn't even really happen. So you fuck my girl.
Exactly. Exactly. So it was like they'd wild them the fuck out all the time, and they were like saying like they had a saying like it was called bring them in limousines and send them out in taxis. So that's what they do. They'd have you go out there, you'd pop their ratings, and they'd fucking Sandman your ass off the stage and like get you in a taxi and all right, go home and deal with it.
Thank you. Have
essentially.
Fun.
So basically what it came down to was the show was like, essentially, if you want to look at it, Jerry Springer basically paved the way for the shitty reality television that's all over TV now. Yeah. Because they use the same formula. They sell you on conflict, even though it doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. So like they'll cut together these trailers of like, oh, next episode on this, it looks like there's gonna be a fight between them and blah blah blah, and then it's like when the episode comes, nothing happens. Yeah. And it's like that's how they hook you back in and shit.
And then they amp you up, and then they show like close to the end of the season, like somebody gets a little slap. Yeah. And it's like, oh, they about to fucking scrap. And then you watch the episode, and it's like person gets a little.
Nothing at all. That's I think that's like, shout out to my sister, my older sister, for like figuring that out a long time ago. Because I know I always call her hipster and shit, but like I remember back in the 90s, she wasn't fucking with Jerry Springer. Like she just checked out like back in the 90s. She was a Ricky Lake fan. a lot of tapes of Ricky Lake being recorded back in the days. But like I remember like asking her like, why don't you like Jerry Springer? She was like, it's all nonsense. Like all they do is fight. Yeah. They like, it's like, it seems so fake. It seems fabricated and shit. And I was just like, oh.
That too is like some episodes of Mario. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a little far-fetched, my guy.
It's a little far-fetched. Like, Like you're fucking my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's fucking a midget, a little person. Sorry, he's like, what?
Yeah, they was wilding out on that show.
Yeah, but no, it's a really good show. I think I'm 4 episodes in. The next episode is about Beanie Babies.
Oh shit.
So I can't wait to see that, to see how they break that down. But the first episode is about the talk shows. The second episode was about what's it called? About like the Viper Room in LA,
shit.
which I never knew that Johnny Depp owned, but that was his bar in LA for the longest time. And then the third episode was about how like how Fox basically broke onto the scene in the early 90s and stole, and basically Fox built themselves by offering the first like teen oriented programming to kids, to teenagers of the 90s. And that's how they fucking exploded with like Party of Five and Beverly Hills 902, shit like that. Like I didn't know that. Those were just shows that were around when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, definitely a very interesting show if you're like interested in like
I'll have to check that one
90s
out.
nostalgia and shit. Good watch. I think it's like 45-minute episodes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that one out. I was thinking about that. So how you were talking about how like they do shit to like boost ratings. One thing I used to hate back in the day, like they'd have like The Real World.
Yeah.
And like I never really liked that show.
I watched it for a little bit just because my oldest sister.
Real World, like Jersey Shore, and then they had the one, what was it, like the OC or some shit?
Yeah, I was checked out on the OC.
So it's funny because back then, and this was back then, I could see it being more realistic now, but back then they would have like these fucking extravagant shots of like beaches and like people walking. You know how long it takes to fucking set up that equipment? To
get them shots,
to get those shots,
Yeah.
and y'all think that this shit isn't scripted, and people would tell me, oh no, this is real life, like this is real, and then like in the credits it's like written by, or like it has like, you know, writers or like all the producers and shit on it, but it's just like you looking at like those shots, I was like, yo, it takes a long time to set up those fucking cameras.
Yeah,
like nobody's just out there with a simple camera like pointing and shooting. Like these are aerial shots of the beach. Y'all motherfuckers is like walking down the coast holding hands and shit.
It's true.
Like
I remember one of the earliest like YouTube things I remember seeing of like breakdown videos was like peak Jersey Shore time, and I fucking hated it. I thought that show was so stupid. But they had like a video basically breaking down the producers like setting up conflict on the show, and it was like,
yeah,
it was like, look at this. It was like the time where like Snooki like went to the bar and like started like throwing fucking bottles at the bartender or some shit like that, because the bartender threw ice at her, and like someone like broke it down and was like, if you look, the ice isn't even coming from the bar, it's coming off camera. So it's like the producer throwing it, and then it was like when she jumps over the bar and starts throwing bottles and like zoomed in, it was like, those are all mixers. Those are like $5 each and shit. And I like remember posting that on Facebook like a long time ago and getting shit like, oh, no one cares, it's still an entertaining show and blah blah. I was like, all right, whatever.
The only one I ever really wondered about was that season of Real World where they were in Austin and homie got punched in the street and it fucked up his orbital bone.
Yeah,
that was the only one I ever wondered about. Like I don't know if that was like,
fun fact, Real World Austin, I think was it the black guy who got punched?
Nah, I think it was a white boy.
Okay, so I know the black guy on the show, and then there was like a redneck white guy on the show who ended up becoming friends. Spring break 2010, I'm in South Padre Island. I'm at some hotel party dancing, and I look over to my right, and the black guy from Real World Austin and that other dude who like shown his mortal enemies throughout the whole show were fucking hanging out. And I was just like, huh?
Just fucking sharing a section.
Like, oh shit, Real World Austin.
Like,
interesting.
So y'all don't hate each other.
Yeah, that was just another thing of like, oh, reality TV is fake.
Yeah.
Like,
which is, man, I wish people would, like, it's entertaining for sure, but like the way some people get invested into it,
yeah, it's crazy to me.
I'm like, y'all know this ain't real, right?
It's a formula, and once you see the formula, it's like, so my girl likes Law and Order. I don't mind SVU either, but like, love that song. But like, we're so far. She's watched like just because she like put it on just to like do shit. It's like her background show now.
Yeah,
and it's like you're so far into it that you see the formula.
Yeah,
it's basically Monster of the Week. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I still like, whenever she, like, because she gets invested in shit, and like, she'll be like, oh my God. I'm like, really? You didn't see that coming?
Like, I can't believe.
It's like, come on, you know this is coming.
I can't believe.
Like, yeah, it's like, to me, I'm just like, I can't believe she doesn't see it not coming yet. And I'm just like, really?
Like they've been writing the same show for fucking
like,
20, 30 years.
It gets formulaic, and you can see it. And that's why I like turned off on it. I was like, look, I can't watch no more Law and Order right now. Maybe eventually I'll get back to it. But right now, like, I don't want to watch it. Because it's like, I know the formula. I can see it.
Well, even that, like CSI.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And, I mean, also, it's a testament to the writers of those shows of, like, you know, pumping out episode per episode of, like,
which is crazy keeping it fresh. How that shit runs so long, and it's just, like you said, same formula. Yeah. But, I mean, people like shit sometimes.
Same formula. Monster of the week, and then once you hit, like, a peak season highlight, all right. Bring in like a big name writer and have them like flesh out a long story arc that can follow us into the next season, and that way we can answer for the changes that are about to happen. Basically, this dude's gonna go off and make movies. This person's contract is expired. You know, shit like that. Yeah. It's like you can see it so clearly now, and I'm just like, fuck.
You know, one show that people always tell me about. Well, my chick always tells me about. It's fucking Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my God.
And I'm never gonna watch that show ever.
I don't know how.
I'm sorry, but I don't see how they fucking.
How's it still going?
I don't know.
That's my thing. Honestly,
but I'm sorry, ladies. That's probably like I've seen one episode. I'm not.
My parents were hardcore on Grey's Anatomy, like the first 3 seasons, way back in the day, and then they check out, and then it's like when nobody around you is watching it, you think a show is off air. Yeah. And every time I like pop on Twitter or something like that,
new season.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy renewed for season 25. What?
It's like, why?
Who's watching this? It's like
Karens. Was it Karens watching?
Yeah, I thought the same thing with South Park also.
Yeah,
like I was like, who the fuck is still watching South Park?
You know, it's wild though. It's like South Park. The reason that shit stays real, the same reason for fucking Family Guy.
Yeah.
Is that it's just something new is always happening in the world, so they just bank off of that.
Yeah.
And they just write these off the wall stories, and it fucking works.
That's how you do it.
But yeah, man. So, what I wanted to talk to you about before we get into this music corner is I don't understand. That was a horrible segue, by the way.
It's all good. Hold on a sec. I think I might have to pour up for this.
Okay, yeah. We didn't get to do the, if y'all drinking, whatever.
Oh, shit. Hey, that's our bad, guys.
Yeah. Whatever. Brain fog. That's what we'll chalk it up to, is brain fog. Is there a little bit more in there?
Yeah.
Can I get some of that? That's cool. That's cool, baby. That's cool. Oh, you got to top it off with the lemon.
Yeah. Got to lemon it up.
And the Coca-Cola.
Oh, fuck. That lemon skeeted everywhere, bro. My bad.
Motherfucker was juicy. Juicy. Movie with the sound off in the background is Hook. This is probably one of my favorite movies.
I'm going to be real. I think I've only seen this movie like twice.
You're crazy. Bangarang. That's my shit.
And my new car is Rufio.
Yeah. So... God damn, I ain't seen this movie forever. So what I wanted to get into, and I have a serious question, is why is it that whenever you and your girl have some time and they want to do something and hang out, they never know where the fuck to go. But the moment they're with their female friends, they know all the fucking places, all the dopest brunch spots, all the cool dinner spots, all the nice little clubs and bars. But when you hanging out with them, they just like, oh, I don't know, what do you want to do? Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
I feel like that's the most frustrating thing for me, because I DJ a lot. So when I'm not DJing, I'm not really thinking about nothing else. I'm just like, all right, like I'm down to go wherever.
Yeah.
Right? Food, I eat out of convenience. So I would like recommendations or places where to go, but I'm not going to have no shit off the back to go to.
Exactly.
So if I got some free time and you want to do something, suggest some things, right?
Yeah.
But it's always, I don't know. But then whenever they're off on their own and they're doing their own little thing, next thing you know, you just see them posting on Instagram. They're at fucking some fancy restaurant or somewhere nice having brunch and cocktails. And I'm just like, what the fuck? How come I don't get the cool invites to those spots?
Listen, man, like, is somebody who goes out a lot with this girl. We do partake in the finer dining around town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can give you that.
We'll get like, every now and then we'll have like, I don't feel like cooking. You don't feel like cooking. Let's go out. And it's like, I think about it and I'm like, damn, didn't I pick the last place we went? And like, that's always the first question is like, well, where do you want to go? I'm just like, wait, what? Like, I picked last time. How about you fucking pick? Like,
yeah, it's
not that hard. And it's just like, I don't know. We can do this. Like, because I'm the same way. I'm not eating out of convenience, but like, I'm not a picky eater. I just don't like seafood.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not like a fucking seafood boil, we're good. Good money.
Like fucking smashing crab or some shit.
You know what I'm saying? As long as it ain't that, and even if you did pick that or something, I can get a burger or something.
And see, that's my thing because like I eat everything.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whatever. Like as long as it's food, like I'm cool with it, right?
Yeah.
So I just like, I don't really like, you got to understand, like when I'm not working or I'm not doing something, I'm not like thinking about like, oh man, I want to try this new restaurant. I'm thinking like, all right, let me stop by Whataburger real quick.
Yeah.
Let me stop by McDonald's. Let me stop by, whatever is easiest, convenient. Or if I happen to do.
Sorry. Sidebar. I finally had Jollibee.
Yay!
It was like a month ago. It kept slipping my mind. Fucking good chicken.
Yeah.
Very good chicken.
Right?
Very good chicken.
Motherfuckers crispy.
Very fucking good chicken.
Did you try the peach mango pie?
Yes, I did. It was delicious.
Oh my God.
It was delicious.
Peach mango pie. Did you get fries or rice?
I got fries. They were out of rice at the time.
Yo, next time.
I had a very decent experience, and I was going to tell you my chicken rankings. So like I have two terms for chicken. I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I like me some chicken. But like I hate it when people are like, when I'm like, let's go get chicken, and someone's like, oh yeah, Chick-fil-A. I'm just like, that's not real chicken to me. Like if it's a patty on a bun, that's not real chicken. Like I'm talking about a place where you can get like a family chicken meal of like breast and
a 10 piece,
drums and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I had to edit my list. It now is I'll go Bush's first. I'm sorry, I'll go Popeyes first, and then I'll go Bush's, and then I drop Church's out of my third spot. I'm putting Jollibee there because the crisp on that chicken was amazing.
Oh, okay, so I was thinking about that too. I was like, yo, like for some weird, I don't know what they fried in. I don't know if it's like peanut oil or like what the fuck they fried in. But not only is it like, deep fried and juicy.
Some nigga shit.
And crisp. Like when you bite the skin, it's like but also it feels like clean and lightweight.
Yes. And the spice, I got the spicy.
Yeah.
It's like a good spicy.
It's not like
it's not overbearing, but it's not like a weak spicy.
It's like, hey, there's a little spice here.
It's like spicy.
Hope you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like they just threw the spicy seasoning on the skin. It's like it's in there.
It's in there.
It's like, damn. It's like, this is crazy.
Jollibee doing it right.
And it's like, I didn't want to say it at first try, but I was just like, damn, I'm reassessing my chicken rankings right now.
Into it's like,
I'm like, holy fuck.
Shit.
It's like, this might be better than Popeyes.
But it's crazy because a lot of people like they see it and they shit on it because they got some like weird spaghetti thing on the menu,
which you don't want. Don't get the spaghetti
don't get it. But if you get the chicken, just know that you won't be disappointed. Somebody that I recommended that spot to, they told me like, nah, it's not good. I'm like,
have you eaten there?
Yeah.
That's like someone who goes to a Chinese food buffet and they eat the pizza.
Wings.
Yeah. They eat like the pizza and the mac and cheese, and then they bitch about the quality. I'm just like, why would you go there for that? Like it's just an item on their menu. Don't order the spaghetti on that motherfucker, you moron. Just get the chicken.
But some people say spaghetti's good. I haven't had it yet.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I might try it one of these days.
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off on that. But I had to get that out.
You good? But Jollibee is. I have to add that to my top. That might be like my number 1 or number 2, because like with Church's and Popeyes, like they're really good, but they're just so like greasy.
Yeah.
And yeah.
My thing with Church's is I was raised on Church's. That was like the so in my family we would get our chicken from Church's because on Pat Booker there was a Church's and a Popeyes, we'd hit Church's, get the chicken, and then we'd swing by Popeyes and get the sides.
Mm-hmm.
So we get like the mashed potatoes and the red beans and rice and all that shit from Popeyes.
Popeyes biscuits or Church's?
I'll go Church's because Popeyes biscuits are like
the motherfuckers
sandy.
Motherfuckers is dry.
I seen like motherfuckers like I'm about to commit suicide. Eat like a full 12 piece of Popeyes biscuit.
You need a large tea for one biscuit. For every biscuit every biscuit you get, it should come with a large tea. Yeah, large sweet tea.
That Church's honey butter biscuits. Ooh,
yeah, them shits be hitting.
They the shit, man.
I will recommend one spot to you.
Which one?
If you are ever in Tampa, Florida,
mm-hmm.
my sister put me onto this shit. There's this place out there, and I don't know if they have it anywhere else, but I've only seen it in Tampa. It is called Maryland's Chicken. God damn. Like, the chicken is juicy. It just fall out. If you are from Tampa and you've been to Tampa and you have Maryland's chicken, like, you know. Maryland's chicken, that should be hidden. So that's my recommendation.
Like Marilyn Manson's chicken?
Not like Maryland, Okay. So yeah, just me like going out places. Like I don't really think about like what restaurants to go to. Like if you ask me where to go eat at, I'm be like, all right, let's go to Chili's or something. Like I'm not thinking about. Yeah. But then like I see them post and they go to all these fly ass fucking restaurants and they got like all this cool shit on the menu. And
yeah.
They bring you a big ass glass of margarita out and it has like 80 straws in the shit. And I'm just like, you got me over here drinking a fucking Long Island iced tea at Chili's, eating fucking a half rack of ribs.
Hey man, real shit. The honey chipotle chicken crispers at Chili's, never fails. Never fails. I'm the type of guy when I go to Chili's, I get the sampler and eat it as a meal. Yeah, I get all I get.
I do the same shit.
I'll get that sampler platter and just grub on that shit.
The egg rolls.
Yeah, Southwestern egg rolls. Oh yeah. Yes, Southwestern egg rolls with the sliders and the chicken crispers. Boom, that's it. That's all you need.
That's the meal.
That's it.
They get you a little side salad if you're feeling like it.
Man, yeah, I love. See, that's the thing. There are a bunch of like chain restaurants like that are. I can't think of having bad experiences at them, but I just don't go to them often. Yeah. Like I was telling my girl this. Like I see a lot of like I've never had a bad experience at Outback Steakhouse, but I haven't been to Outback Steakhouse in like 20 fucking years.
Yeah, me neither.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because like everybody that I've talked to about Outback, because like I'll look at it and be like, man, I kind of want one of them blue onion things. Or like just to go to Outback, and every time I say something about Outback, somebody's like, "Oh my god, that place is so fucking gross!" Like I got food poisoning, or they're dirty.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Just like I don't know. I never had a bad experience.
No, like Outback, TGI Fridays, what are the other ones? Applebee's. I haven't been to Applebee's in like 20 fucking years.
For real.
Probably more than that.
They had a little bit of clout back in like a year or two ago because they were doing like the dollar margaritas or like dollar drinks or the Appletinis or some shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just crazy to think about. But yeah, those are all those joints. But no, back on topic. Same thing. My girl does the same thing. I'm just like, how about you pick? And it's like, we eventually come to a compromise and we'll both pop out our phones and just start looking at places to go. And that's how we normally find like the dope places that we do go eat out at, unless it's like we made it a point that we want to be with that couple that frequents Chama Gaucha.
Yeah.
Because we like that place so much.
See, I never been fancy.
There. Dog, here's the thing.
I never been there. And that's my thing too. It's like I don't always think about like shit to eat. And then whenever I'm like, oh, I don't know where to go, I can't think of shit.
Two things you need to do. One, you need to do Chama Gaucha. Another that I've always told you about is stop ordering Pasha and go to it, because it's right down the street and the experience is so much better if you eat it in there. I'm telling you it is. Like my girl refuses to let me order it. She refuses to let me Uber Eats it because we live like 5 minutes away and the experience is so much better. I'm telling you, you're gypping yourself on the experience.
That shit made my neck hurt.
Pasha, bro. Like I'm telling you. Pasha is fire. Fuck. We went I think we were there on Friday. Man, we went on Friday and I was fucking that shit up, dog. Just get the beef shawarma plate, get a side of Pasha potatoes and share that.
Hey, why you shitting on me, man? I be busy.
I'm just saying, dog.
It's funny because like the last few times you came, I ordered that shit. And they give you the bread in the bag, and the bag's all greasy and shit. But it was good.
You should get a tax write-off from Uber Eats from how much you fucking use it, dog. Like, I'm just like...
And you know what? I wish I could, cause like that shit, man. Like I don't have time. Like I get home and I'm like, all right, I can't cook nothing, cause I gotta go to the next joint. And by the time, so like I'll order it before I get here, and then it gets here when I get here, and then like I'll be getting ready, and then I'll eat real quick and then I'll leave.
Yeah. No. Next time you and your girl have this, where do you want to eat at? Just be like, we're going to Pasha. We're going to Pasha. Or text me, and I'll be like, remember to go to Pasha.
You know what? Anytime I'm like, I can't think of some shit to eat, I'm like, man, let me text Mike real quick.
I'll let you know, bro. Like, for real. Because that's our thing. Like, that's one of the main things me and my girl, like, talked about when we got together was, like, we were always those people who were like, man, it'd be dope to go eat there. It'd be dope to go eat there. But it's like, I don't want to go by myself. So it's like we're like kind of like made it a point to check shit off like that, of like doing those experiences with each other and shit. So I always have those on back pocket. But if it's like a night where it's just like a fucking Wednesday and I don't feel like cooking and she don't feel like cooking and she hits me with, let's go eat out, I'm just like, all right, where do you want to go? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Another place in the area, Sichuan Garden.
You know, I seen you posting that shit.
Yeah, you got to go there too. Okay. You don't have to get the hot pot, but they got really great Chinese food over there.
You know, I want to try too. I want to try melting pot.
Ooh, I live right next to it. Never been there.
Yeah,
fondue.
Man, I'm gonna have to try it out. But you know, off of that topic, we'll move on to this music corner because I got to get going here in a minute.
Got to wrap it up. Yeah. So, music corner. The Weeknd has dropped his new album, DawnFM. What do you think about it?
I haven't had it. This is like my constant reply for everything. I just need to make more time.
So
for
contrarian.
Art and other things. So I've listened to it, but it's been background.
Yeah.
But what I do think is really cool about it is the theme and like how the transitions between songs are.
Yeah.
And the fact that Jim Carrey is on it.
I was about to say that. Shout out Jim Carrey.
It's fucking dope. And then I like the section with Quincy Jones. And overall, like the music. You know what though? Like for me, like I feel like the Weeknd has just been making music to put on Super Bowl commercials for the past like
goddamn
how many? Because you think about it, like every song that he has on, like there's one of them's gonna be in a fucking Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, he's super commercial now.
Yeah.
And like I know there's a lot of people who can't accept that because every time he drops a new project, it's like, oh, I want the trilogy Weekend back and blah blah blah. And it's like, yo, like
either way, he's still good.
Yeah, artists gotta evolve, yo.
Yeah.
You either evolve or get left behind. It's like if he was still doing trilogy, if he never stopped doing trilogy music to now, you'd be like talking shit about him not being able to fucking change his style up. Yeah. So
I will say what I do really appreciate about him is aesthetically what he's doing and how he's like either creating these characters and you know switching shit up for like each album.
Yeah.
And it's like this whole I don't really understand the story behind it.
He says he's in the middle of another trilogy right now. I don't understand it either. Like is like album wise, but it really does harken back to like 90s of like a full concept for an album release.
Yeah.
And everything. And that's what I do like about it.
But just like all the videos and like everything attached to it and everything he's doing as far as like, you know, social media. And even before, what was the last album that he came out with before this?
Wasn't it called Blinding Lights? That was the song.
Yeah.
Hold on. Pull it up.
But just with that album, like the shit that he had going on where he had like his face wrapped up and then he had like the picture of him when he's all like fucking plastic surgery'd out and shit. Yeah. Like I think it's really cool for him to do different things like that. After hours. It just keeps shit interesting, you know what I'm saying? Because you're generating all this buzz behind, you know, your releases and it's dope to me.
It's cool. Like I mean, it started between Beauty Behind Madness and Starboy.
Yeah.
Because it's like he dropped the one video where like he sets himself on fire. And it's like the old Weeknd we remember with like the dreads and shit. He gets set on fire, starts off the Starboy video with him killing that one.
Yeah.
And then Starboy Weeknd comes out and it's like, oh shit. And it's like ever since then he's just been building that shit. And it's just like it's a cool story to like look back on and be like, damn. That's crazy. I've been a part of that whole thing this whole time and shit. And you just didn't even realize it. What I'll say about it is, because I'm the same way. I think I've only heard it twice so far, the new one.
Yeah.
I do like the 80s aspect. It's pretty cool. I mean, he's been on that for like the last 2 albums, honestly.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. But I'll tell you this, it's some damn good Peloton music. Like I was like, the first time I listened to it, I was driving around, and I don't know, there's like a disconnect between me and it for a little bit. Like I didn't like the first track. Like when it first came on, I was like, I don't know why I'm not fucking with this.
It's very like Depeche Mode.
Yeah,
like,
very, very. That's the fucking that Depeche Mode. Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. So it sounds like that, and I was just like, I don't know why I'm not fucking with this.
I kind of fuck with it.
But when I'm in the gym today on the elliptical, I was fucking with it. Yeah. I was like, damn, this is some good fucking Peloton music, baby. Yeah. I can see, like, I can like hear it. I was just like, oh, this would be the rest part when you in the class for Peloton and shit. I'm like, damn, this makes sense now. I get it.
Yeah. So I'm saying, man, you make music for sports and Super Bowl commercials and all that shit. You know what I hate though is like whenever, you know, albums like that drop and like there's a lot more texture to the songs versus it just being like a normal like beat. Cause you know how like a lot of beats now they're just like 4-bar loops and it's not too intricate and you can't really like, you know, like old music you can sample.
Yeah.
But like new music you can't really sample. It's just like weak ass drums and whatever. Oh
God, I can't. Can you imagine 20 years from now, motherfuckers sampling the Baby?
Oh God.
And like, oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna happen, but it's gonna be a tough one.
Oh my God.
But there's a lot of DJs and like producers out there that like make edits or like remixes, and there's this DJ producer. His name is I can't talk. His name is Eccentric, and I like a lot of his edits because they're real like bouncy, like kind of like K-Tronada vibes.
Yeah, and
he did one to one of the Weeknd joints off the new album, and that shit, man, like I'll probably do a mix with it and I'll post it up. But what was the name of the joint? Hold on, real quick. My bad. I need to get this shit before we start doing the show. So that way.
I was just gonna say
there's no pauses.
These Long Islands are strong as fuck.
I feel it.
I'm feeling it. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I'm a lightweight because I don't drink as much, but I'm feeling it.
Alternate world?
I did not know about that.
What?
I gotta check that out. That's
Yo.
nice.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Was it just the deluxe or whatever?
I think it's like the videos. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, that's cool.
What song was it though, real quick?
If you don't know, if you're listening right now, we're looking on Chaku's Apple Music right now to see what's popping on the weekend.
If you get a chance, look up Eccentric on, it's either Bandcamp or I forgot, SoundCloud or Bandcamp, but he did a remix to Is There Someone Else? And that shit is fuego.
I like that song actually.
Yeah,
I like that, and I Heard You're Married with Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that one's
those
dope
are probably
too.
like my 2 favorite joints.
So, but shit, man. On that note, I'm gonna make my way out of here. I gotta go to a gig, and this dog is not making it easy because all I want to do is sleep because he's laying on my lap snoozing.
Yo, you're making good time tonight too.
I know, but you know. We'll catch y'all on the next episode. Look, I can't stop petting him because then he
catch you on the flip, meatball.
But relax. Yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode.
Peace.
Y'all be easy.
Also, thank you for everyone who's ordered shirts already. They will be coming out soon, and if you still haven't ordered one, you better fucking get one.
Get one.
Winter's not that much longer. You need these long sleeves, nigga.
Even if you cop the long sleeve, you can wear it at the crib before you go to sleep.
That too.
Shirt is very comfortable.
That too.
So,
no, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, later.